Hey Wildcats, today we're looking at Monday, April 29th, inverses of polynomial functions on page 79. If you would, update your table of contents. Okay, now your table of contents are updated. Let's take a look at the examples. Find and graph the inverse of f of x. Now, we're going to do the inverse in purple and the function in yellow. Okay, so to graph example 1, we're going to start at 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the slope is negative 2/3. So we go down 2 to the right, 1, 2, 3. Down 2 to the right, 1, 2, 3. Down 2 to the right, 1, 2, 3. Up 2 to the left, 1, 2, 3. Up 2 to the 1, 2, 3. And the reason why I could go up 2 to the left 3 is I can rewrite negative 2/3 as 2 divided by negative 3. Okay, because they're equivalent. So when it's negative 2/3, we go down 2 to the right 3. When it's 2 divided by negative 3, we go up 2 to the left 3. Okay? Now, we're going to graph that in yellow. Now, before we find the inverse, we want to graph the y equals x line. Because if they're inverses, they're going to reflect the y equals x line. Okay, so here, to find the inverse, we switch the x and y. So x equals negative 2/3 y plus 6. Okay, so our first step is we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. So x minus 6 equals negative 2/3 y. Then we're going to multiply both sides by negative 3 divided by 2. So then that is negative 3 divided by 2x. Negative 6 times negative 3 is 18 divided by 2 is a plus 9. And negative 2/3 times negative 3 divided by 2 is 1y. Now, that's mathematically correct, but I like writing the y on the left, so I'm going to rewrite that. Okay, so to graph that, we start at 9, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to go down 3 to the right 2, so down 1, 2, 3 to the right 2. 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 All right, and you can see that they reflect over the y equals x line. All right, go ahead and finish up example 1. All right, now that example 1 is complete, let's take a look at example 2. All right, now in example 1, I showed you the inverse with the graph. So in example 2, let me show you with the table. So we're going to graph example 2. So we're going to go to new document. No. Add graph. So 2 parentheses x minus 3 squared minus 4. Menu, view, grid, line grid. It's a little bright, so see if I can adjust the brightness a little bit. Probably going to get. All right, so now remember, I'm going to move this equation out of the way. what we need to find first is the vertex, because when you're finding inverses of quadratic, you only use the positive side, the right side of the parabola. So we're going to start a point at the vertex, which is positive 1, 2, 3, negative 1, 2, 3, 4. So positive 3, negative 4. Okay, and then it looks like our next point is 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 2. And then our next point is 5, 4. Now, if you press Control T, let's verify those points are correct. So 3, negative 4, 4, negative 2, 5, 4, and let's go ahead and add one more point, 6, 14. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and graph the function. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, negative 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's say that's about 16. Okay. All right, and again, you want to graph the y equals x line, because if they're inverses, they're going to reflect over that line. Okay. Now let's go ahead and find the inverse algebraically, and then we'll use the points to graph it. Okay. So you switch x and y. Okay, and then solve. So our first step is we're going to add 4 to both sides. So x plus 4 equals 2 parentheses y minus 3 squared. We're going to divide both sides by 2, so that's x plus 4 divided by 2 equals y minus 3 squared. Now, let's go ahead and take the square root of both sides. That cancels, or I should say divides and becomes, or it becomes 1, doesn't divide, becomes 1, power of 1. And let's go ahead and add 3 to both sides. So y equals the square root of x plus 4 divided by 2 plus 3. Actually, should have done that in purple. All right, now let's graph the inverse. So all you have to do is for inverse, you switch the x and y. So the new x values are negative 4, negative 2, 4, 14, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so let's graph that. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2, 3. Negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6, oh no, 14. So let's say 14's probably up around here. And up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right there. All right, you can see here that they reflect over the y equals x line. So they're inverses. Go ahead and finish up example 2. All All right, now example 2 is complete. Let's take a look at example 3. All right, so let's go ahead and graph this using the tables. So all right, so we're going to go to on, new document, no, add graph, x squared minus 8x plus 10, menu, view, grid, line grid. We need to find the vertex first. So that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4, negative 6. Because we only want to graph the positive side or the right side. Okay. All right, so now let's press Control T and let's find a point. So 4, negative 6, 5, negative 5, 6, negative 2, 7, 3, looks like 8, 10. Okay. So let's go ahead and graph this. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, negative 5, 6, negative 2, 7, 1, 2, 3, and 8, 10. All right, and we want to graph the y equals x line. All right, now let's find the inverse directly first, and now we'll graph the points. So x equals y squared minus 8y plus 10. Now, this is problematic in that this isn't factorable, so what we're going to need to do is complete the square and go from there. So x equals y squared minus 8y. And then we're going to keep the plus on the outside. So to complete the square, we're going to divide negative 8 by 2 and square it. So plus negative 8 divided by 2 squared. But if you add something to the equation, you need to subtract it. So minus negative 8 divided by 2 squared. So that's x equals y squared minus 8y plus negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4 squared is 16. And then 10 minus 16 is negative 6. So then that's x equals, we know that this is y minus 4 times y minus 4 minus 6. This is now x equals y minus 4 squared minus 6. Now we're at a point where we can solve for y. So we're going to add 6 to both sides. So x plus 6 equals y minus 4 squared. We're going to take the square root of both sides. It was 1. And let's add 4 to both sides. So y equals the square root of x plus 6 plus 4. All right, now let's graph using the points. So we just switch the x and y, so that that's negative 6, negative 5, negative 2, 3, and we know it's 10. And then that's 4, 5, 6, 7. And we know what the last point is. Okay, so let's graph those. So negative 6, 4, so negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 5, 5. Negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 7. And the new point would be, let me switch it, 10, 8. So 10, 8. All right, you can see here that it reflects over the y equals x line. So with that, go ahead and finish up your examples and have a wonderful Wildcat day.